First, I just want to say I feel honored to be called anyway to participate in this. And I just want to applaud the strength of the families for continuing this over and over and over again, because I know each time that we celebrate the lives of these beautiful children, that we also relive the incident. And it's a painful thing, as I know firsthand. It's painful to relive over and over again the deaths of someone so dear, so close, so beautiful to you. And so my condolences to the family of Iofemi, Dashon, Terrance, and to the strength and life of Natasha. But I want to say that the devil is real. And that he comes to rob, steal, and kill. And we would like to blame this on God because it makes us feel better sometimes. But the devil has been trying to take our children's lives from the very beginning. Whether we're talking about looking for children in the Bible, trying to kill all babies, whether we're talking about take the young man that was killed in Florida, Trayvon Martin, or whether we're talking about all the young people that are killed in our streets every single day. His idea, his job is to kill, and he created a movement to create murder in our community, whether it takes place on Bergen Street of the South Ward, or Mount Vernon in the West Ward, or the Central Ward on Urban Turner Boulevard. The devil's plan is to murder, and he uses us to do it. And so our job is to protect our babies, protect our children by all means, by any means that we have at our disposal. And there is a movement to poison our children, to make them sick with gangs and destruction and violence, to feed them bad food and bad ideas and bad things, to turn them against their parents, against their friends, against their neighborhood, against their community, so they become an enemy to them own selves, where we get to a point where we are afraid of our own children. And so the opposite of that has to take place. We have to use this to create our own movement against that. A movement of love, a movement of peace, a movement of brilliance, of beauty, of creativity, of love, of the things that our children represent, and protect them on our streets, protect them in our playgrounds, protect them in our schools, protect them in our neighborhoods, make it so they can walk back and forth to the store, so they can play in playgrounds. Our playgrounds should be open all night, because that's what playgrounds are for. They're not to be chained. We create a playground so children can grow, not die. And so when we live in a community where the very good of our community has been turned against us, then God knows that we are moving in the wrong direction, and we need to do something different. And so maybe this will help us come together. Because I know we find every excuse not to be together. Find every excuse to separate ourselves, to be apart, to be here on this island and that island. Maybe this will give us the opportunity to come together and say no more death, no more killing, that our children should live. And you notice the devil's work, because the devil takes the best of us. The devil goes after the best of us. Doesn't want the worst of us. He wants, when you believe is when he comes for you. He wants the college grads, or those who go into college, those who are creative, who love, who are beautiful. When they come in the room, people smile. People know when they are examples for other people's children. They are the best in our community, the best in our neighborhood. So they must be destroyed, and the devil comes after them. And when we can't protect them, when we can't cover them, when we can't do what we need to do, that means that we have been too busy thinking about ourselves individually and not about ourselves collectively. And I'm going to close, but there's an old African proverb that says, if you want to go somewhere fast, go alone. It says if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. We've been running in place for a long time around here. We've been moving pretty fast, but ain't been getting nowhere. We've been all going alone. Our own little trek here, our own little path here, our own little path there, our own little path, and we fight each other just so we could go alone. The minute we realize that we have to cross the finish line holding hands, that when we get to the finish line, that we have to embrace each other over that line. When we realize that, then we won't be going fast, we'll be going far. And then, and only then, will we begin to come up with some ideas how to protect ourselves from ourselves and protect ourselves from a long-lasting evil that has existed in our community since the beginning of time. God bless you.